Northerners will hate this. Southerners already know it's true, but the data is undeniable. Southern wildlife is objectively more dangerous than northern wildlife, and I'm about to prove it with statistics you can't argue with. Try me. From the swamps of Louisiana to the deserts of Arizona, the American South is home to a staggering variety of dangerous creatures. Meanwhile, the North gets cold winters and a handful of large mammals. But which region actually poses the greatest threat to humans? This comparison is based on wildlife data, snakebite statistics, and attack reports from across the United States. We're examining venom diversity, population numbers, encounter rates, and fatality statistics to settle this debate once and for all. Let's start with the category where the South dominates completely: venomous snakes. Here's a stat that should end the debate immediately. Arizona has 19 of America's 20 venomous snake species. Maine, 0. Alaska, 0. Rhode Island, 0 venomous snakes occur there anymore. Texas hosts 105 snake species total, with 15 being venomous. Alabama has 10 different venomous species, including cottonmouths, copperheads, 4 types of rattlesnakes, and coral snakes. Florida has 6 venomous species. Mississippi has 6. Louisiana has multiple. Georgia has 6. Compare that to most northern states, which have 1 to 3 venomous species maximum, usually just timber rattlesnakes or copperheads. But it's not just about variety, it's about encounter rates. North Carolina reports 157.8 snake bites per million people. That's 5 times the national average of 30 bites per million. West Virginia, 105.3 bites per million. Arkansas, 92.9, which is 3 times the national average. Oklahoma has 61 bites per million, twice the national average. Virginia has 48.7, Texas has 44.2. Every single one of these states is in the South. Vermont, North Dakota, and New Hampshire. 0 animal attack reports since 2000. Not a typo. 0. The South doesn't just have more venomous snakes. It has snakes you literally cannot find anywhere else in the country. The eastern coral snake has neurotoxic venom like cobras and is the most venomous snake in the entire region. It's found throughout the southeast but doesn't exist in the north. The eastern diamondback rattlesnake can reach 8 feet long, making it the largest rattlesnake species. Southern exclusive. The cottonmouth, also called the water moccasin, is described by experts as ill-tempered and unpredictable. Unlike copperheads that freeze when threatened, cottonmouths stand their ground, coil up, and gape their mouths wide to reveal that bright white interior. That's your final warning before they strike. They live in water throughout the South. The North has nothing like them, and the Mojave rattlesnake found in the Southwest has the most toxic venom of all rattlesnake species in North America. So on snakes alone, the South wins. But we're just getting started. Let's talk about alligators. Louisiana is home to 2 million wild alligators, plus an additional 1 million on farms. Florida has 1.3 million alligators in the wild. Any standing body of water in Florida could house a gator. Swamps, rivers, lakes, even drainage pools. Texas has significant populations along the Gulf coastal plains. Georgia hosts 200,000 to 250,000 alligators. They're also found in Alabama, Mississippi, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Northern states, 0 alligators, not 1. Since 1948, Florida alone has recorded 351 alligator bites with 17 fatalities. The most recent fatal attack was in May 2025, when a woman was killed while canoeing with her husband on a lake. Every single fatal alligator attack in United States history has occurred in the South. On average, alligators kill 1 person per year. Compare that to bears, which we'll get to in a moment. But here's what makes alligators particularly dangerous. You encounter them constantly if you live in the South. Swimming, fishing, kayaking, walking near water, golfing near ponds. They're everywhere, and they can grow over 15 feet long, weigh over 1,000 pounds, and have a bite force strong enough to crush bones. Northern wildlife? You have to go looking for it. Southern wildlife? It's in your backyard. Now let's discuss something Northerners have never experienced. Fire ants. Red imported fire ants infest 367 million acres across southern states. That's Alabama, Arkansas, California, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, and Puerto Rico. In Texas alone, fire ants cause over $140 million in damage every single year. They short out traffic lights, destroy electrical equipment, and wreak havoc on infrastructure infrastructure. Nationwide, $5 billion is spent annually on medical treatment, damage control, and fire ant management. Agricultural losses from fire ants total $750 million per year. And here's the kicker: 30 to 60% of people living in fire ant infested areas are stung each year. Think about that. If you live in the South, there's a 50-50 chance you'll be stung by fire ants this year. Northern states. No fire ant infestations. Not a single one. Fire ants aren't just annoying. They're dangerous to children, pets, and livestock. They swarm aggressively, sting repeatedly, and their stings burn like fire. Hence the name. People can die from allergic reactions to fire ant stings. Don't forget scorpions. 90 species of scorpions are found in the United States, and all deliver venomous stings. The bark scorpion in Arizona and New Mexico is highly painful and especially dangerous to children and pets. Scorpions are concentrated in Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Southern California, and Nevada, all southern or southwestern states. Northern states, essentially zero scorpions. Alright, let's be fair. What does the North have that the South doesn't? Grizzly bears. Found in Alaska, Montana, and Wyoming, grizzlies can weigh over 700 pounds and stand over 8 feet tall when on their hind legs. They're powerful, fast, and dangerous, especially when protecting cubs. Grizzlies can sprint at 35 miles per hour despite their massive size. The North also has polar bears in Alaska, which are dangerous in Arctic regions. Moose, which can weigh up to 1,600 pounds and are surprisingly aggressive. Wolves, which hunt in packs and are intelligent predators. And wolverines, which are rare but extremely aggressive for their size. These are legitimate threats. Nobody's denying that. But here's where the statistics matter. Bears kill between 2 and 5 people annually across the entire United States. That includes grizzlies, black bears, and polar bears combined. Since 2000, there have been only 2 fatal wolf attacks in North America. One in Canada and one in Alaska. Moose attacks, rare, and most fatalities come from vehicle collisions, not the animal attacking. Now compare those numbers to the South. 7,000 to 8,000 people are bitten by venomous snakes every year in the United States. The vast majority of those bites occur in southern states. 1 person per year dies from alligator attacks, all in the South. 30 to 60% of people in fire ant regions are stung annually. That's millions of people experiencing painful, potentially dangerous encounters every single year. It's not about which individual animal is scariest. It's about frequency, diversity, and unavoidability. A study analyzing animal attacks across all 50 states found that Texas had the highest number of attacks, with over 200 more incidents than California, which came in second place. Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama all ranked high for animal attacks. Meanwhile, Vermont, North Dakota, and New Hampshire had 0 reported animal attacks since 2000. The data speaks for itself. Let me put this in perspective. If you're hiking in Montana and you encounter a grizzly bear, that's terrifying. Absolutely. But the chances of encountering a grizzly are incredibly low. Most people who live in Montana never see one in the wild. If you live in Florida, Louisiana, Texas, or any southern state, you're not avoiding dangerous wildlife. You're managing it. Every time you mow the lawn, you check for fire ants. Every time you walk near water, you watch for alligators. Every time you step into tall grass, you watch for snakes. The North has a few large, intimidating predators that most people will never encounter. The South has a diverse ecosystem of dangerous creatures that you deal with constantly. It's the difference between rare danger and daily danger. Here's another way to think about it. The North's dangerous animals are mostly avoidable. Stay out of bear country. Don't surprise a moose. Make noise on trails. You can take precautions and drastically reduce your risk. The South's dangerous animals, they're unavoidable. Fire ants don't care that you're staying on the trail. Cottonmouths don't care that you made noise. Alligators don't care that you're being cautious. They're in suburban neighborhoods, golf courses, parks, and backyards. Arizona has 19 of America's 20 venomous snake species. Louisiana has 2 million alligators. Fire ants infest 367 million acres. North Carolina's snake bite rate is 5 times the national average. The numbers don't lie. So yes, the North has grizzlies. The North has moose. The North has harsh winters and dangerous terrain. Nobody's denying that. But when you look at the sheer diversity of venomous species, the population numbers of dangerous animals, the encounter rates, and the statistical data on bites and attacks, the South is objectively more dangerous. It's not even close. The South wins on snake diversity by a landslide. The South has exclusive access to alligators, fire ants, and the most venomous snakes in the country. Southern states dominate the snake bite statistics. And study after study shows that southern states lead in animal attack reports. The North gets cold. The South gets deadly. Now, I know what you're thinking. Northerners, you're about to comment that I'm wrong. You're gonna tell me about that time you saw a grizzly, or how moose are way scarier than alligators, or how I clearly don't understand how dangerous a polar bear is. Go ahead, prove me wrong. Southerners, you already know I'm right. You've been dodging fire ants, watching for cottonmouths, and respecting alligators your whole life. Drop a comment confirming that everything down south is, in fact, trying to kill you. If this settled the debate for you, hit that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments which region you think is more dangerous. Bring your evidence, bring your statistics. Let's see if you can actually prove me wrong, because based on the data, the South is the clear winner. Or loser, depending on how you look at it. Next time, we're ranking the most dangerous animals in each individual southern state, because apparently one video wasn't enough to cover all the ways the South is trying to kill you. Until then, stay safe out there, especially if you live below the Mason-Dixon line.